Israel's appeals for military assistance from the United States in their conflict with the Gaza-based extremist group posing the potential danger of diverting resources away from the ongoing fight in Ukraine. Russia stands to gain advantages from the ongoing confrontation between Israel and Hamas. This is due to Israel's potential diversion of weaponry and attention from Ukraine, while it seeks military help from the United States. Additionally, the increasing price of oil serves to strengthen Moscow's economy. The United States and its NATO partners have dismissed apprehensions over its capacity to provide military assistance to Ukraine after the recent assault by Hamas, a terrorist organization headquartered in Gaza, on Israel. It is worth noting that Israel already gets substantial financial help from the United States annually. Greetings and welcome to the present video in which we will engage in a discussion regarding how did Russia benefit a lot from Israel-Hamas conflicts? Prior to delving into the subject matter, it is advisable to subscribe to my channel and activate the notification bell symbol in order to get updates whenever a new video is uploaded. If you get pleasure from this film, kindly express your approval by giving it a positive rating and disseminating it among your acquaintances. Let us engage in a more comprehensive analysis and examination of the subject matter at hand. However, it is well recognized inside the Kremlin that the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas will have advantageous outcomes for Russia, as indicated by two individuals familiar with the matter. These sources have chosen to remain anonymous due to the delicate nature of the subject. According to sources, the fight has the potential to divert the focus of the United States and Europe away from the ongoing battle in Ukraine. It is worth noting that Russia also expresses concern over the possibility of the conflict intensifying. During a press conference on October 9, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said that President Vladimir Putin's goals would be accomplished more expeditiously if the United States were to divert its attention onto the Israel conflict, leading to a deceleration in the provision of weaponry to Kyiv. Lavrov made his remarks after discussions with Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul-Gheit. However, these objectives will be accomplished anyway. The subject of concern is to the pressure exerted on the availability and distribution of armaments. According to authorities and analysts, there is generally little convergence between the military requirements of Israel and Ukraine. Additionally, Tel Aviv's current inventory of military supplies is considered to be rather substantial, owing to extensive hoarding efforts over the years. According to an individual with knowledge of the situation, Israel is now in the process of requesting Iron Dome missiles, precision-guided bombs, and artillery rounds from the United States. This request is being made in preparation for Israel's forthcoming reaction to the recent assault by Hamas. However, the potential strain on resources may escalate if Israel initiates a ground offensive in the Gaza Strip, as anticipated. Russia stands to gain advantages from the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas. This is due to the potential diversion of arms and attention from Ukraine, as Israel seeks military help from the United States. Additionally, the increasing price of oil contributes to the strengthening of Moscow's economy. During a news conference on October 9, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov stated that President Vladimir Putin's objectives could be accomplished more expeditiously if the United States were to divert its attention towards the Israel conflict, potentially leading to a decrease in the rate of arms shipments to Kyiv. Lavrov made these remarks following discussions with Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul-Gheit. However, these objectives will be attained regardless of the circumstances. However, the potential strain on resources may escalate if Israel initiates a ground offensive in the Gaza Strip, as anticipated. According to Mark Kansian, a former U.S. Marine colonel who now serves as an advisor at the Center for Strategic and International Studies in Washington, D.C., it is anticipated that a significant increase in the use of precision weapons would occur, perhaps in large quantities. According to his statement, while they own substantial supplies, it is possible that they may not possess enough quantity for an extended campaign. According to Lieutenant Colonel Richard Hecht, a spokesperson for the Israeli military, the extensive and swift mobilization has resulted in a strain on equipment resources. Consequently, some personnel are equipped with outdated things. This statement was made during a press briefing on October 10. The next NATO military ministers' conference in Brussels on October 11 and 12 is anticipated to include discussions on the crisis in Israel. Notably, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will also be present at this event. Prior to the assembly, the allies of Kyiv will also deliberate on the provision of weaponry at their monthly Ukraine Defence Contact Group meeting. According to UK Secretary of Defence Grant Shapps, Zelensky's intention is to emphasize the significance of continuing the struggle and demonstrating resilience against Putin's influence. Shapps also highlights the need to not losing focus on the broader concerns within these efforts. The conflict in Europe is now a prominent concern in our thoughts. The ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia has resulted in a substantial consumption of ammunition, with both sides using thousands of units on a daily basis. This protracted engagement has evolved into a relentless battle of attrition. According to Kansian, in the context of urban warfare, unguided bombs may not prove to be as effective for Israel. Instead, Israel is expected to rely on precision munitions to selectively target particular sources of incoming fire. However, Ukraine is also in need of a greater quantity of advanced weaponry in order to effectively attack Russian military outposts located beyond the front lines. According to Kansian, the issue lies in the inability to rapidly produce more units. This might potentially require the United States to retrieve them from current stockpiles, which are currently experiencing depletion. In the event, if the United States refrained from halting supplies to Ukraine, there is a possibility that it would choose to reduce the pace of these shipments. Consequently, this would limit the ability of Ukrainian forces to engage in combat only against targets of utmost significance, as stated by the source. According to a senior official in the United States Department of Defense, although the United States is committed to providing substantial assistance to Ukraine, it exercises caution in order to maintain the capacity to address any emergencies or conflicts. A senior official from a Western country expressed a lack of concern on the potential consequences for the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, citing the Israeli military's substantial capabilities and advanced equipment as contributing factors. The diplomat expressed confidence in the United States' ability to sustain its support for Israel without significantly impacting its efforts in Ukraine. Vladimir Putin's perspective. Other analysts exhibit a higher degree of skepticism. According to Bronwyn Maddox, the CEO of Chatham House, if the United States were presented with the option of choosing between Israel and Ukraine, it would unequivocally choose Israel, even though there is now no pressing need for such a decision. This statement was made during an interview with Bloomberg TV. I understand the potential concerns of President Zelensky, particularly in light of his ongoing efforts to maintain the attention and support of the United States. The allocation of future United States funding for Ukraine was brought under scrutiny after the exclusion of support for Kyiv from a temporary spending measure enacted by Congress to prevent a government shutdown. The potential for future financing may face further uncertainty due to the ongoing situation in Israel, which has further emboldened Republican members who has skepticism against providing help for Ukraine. During the annual Valdai Club conference in Sochi, Russia, on October 5, Putin expressed that Ukraine's financial and military stability is being sustained with the assistance provided by the United States and Europe. According to the speaker, in the event that weapons supply were abruptly halted, the military would only have a span of 7 days before depleting their entire stock of ammunition. The support of Europe for Ukraine has had disruptions in recent weeks due to a disagreement between Poland and Ukraine, which resulted in Warsaw threatening to cease providing additional help to Kyiv. The position of the bloc over assistance for Ukraine is also being contested by Robert Fico, a political figure known for his pro-Russian inclinations, who is expected to regain power in Slovakia. The potential influence of the Israel-Hamas conflict on oil prices may perhaps contribute to the enhancement of Russia's military endeavors in Ukraine. On October 10, the price of oil saw a little decline. This occurred after concerns that the ongoing violence may potentially include significant energy suppliers in the area, including Iran and Saudi Arabia. These concerns had previously caused U.S. crude futures to surpass $87 per barrel. According to Anne-Marie Daly, a policy researcher at Rand Corporation, the increase in oil prices facilitates the sustained allocation of funds towards weaponry manufacture and serves as a means to address some budgetary shortfalls. In the short term, Russia derives a distinct benefit from this situation. The video concludes at this point. I express my gratitude for your viewership and anticipate our future encounter in the subsequent video. If you find this video enjoyable, kindly consider subscribing to the channel, sharing it with your acquaintances, and expressing your appreciation by giving it a thumbs up. We really appreciate your ongoing viewing. Farewell and may you have a pleasant day.